So in this video, I did want to show you a different form of assessment that I sometimes use, which is Google Forms. So when you're in your Drive, and you can use your school Drive, you can go to the More option, and you will get Google Forms that you can open there. I use Google Forms when I am creating web quests. You can embed videos and images and things like that, so I really enjoy using it for that. The one issue you might run into, though, is you can't have students save their work and return back to it. So it needs to be the size that they can complete in one day. So when you go into your Google form, you'll have your untitled form. You can go ahead and title it. You can have a description if you'd like. Also, up in the untitled form part, it will pop up right there. So then you have a couple of different options on the kind of questions that you want to set up. You can do multiple choice. And I don't have a copy and paste format that I was going to do. I just want to show this to you real quick. So then, you can type in some real quick answers. And you can, obviously, as you see, keep adding more and more and more as you go. Okay, so this is the multiple choice function, and you can duplicate it if you want to use the same multiple choice pieces and maybe you have a different question. And that button there, if you decide you don't want it, you can delete it. Also, if you want to make it required for the students to answer, you can just turn on that require button. When it is required, the students can't submit anything until they have completed that requirement. So you have to be careful with the require button also. Alright, so that's an example of multiple choice. If I wanted to add another question, I could go to this plus add question. If I just wanted to add text and explain what was going on, you can just type what you want them to see. So, and like I said, I'm just making up some things. You can add a description. If you'd like to add an image, you can go to search images and see what comes up. So maybe I want to add in, the state of Ohio. Just throw it in there. And so for math, this might be nice for you all. If you have graphs or anything like that that you have uploaded to your computer that you can put in, you can put in a title for your image and then go on to the next piece. If you don't want to do multiple choice, so far we've done multiple choice, I've put in some text and then I added an image. Now I want to do a short answer question. So I can go ahead and put in the short answer, and I could ask students to tell me so here students will have to give a short answer response, and they can do that. Okay. If you want to do sections, so that is all map skills, for instance. I can go ahead into another section, and then after they finish section 1, you can ask them to continue to the next section. You can have them go to section 2, go to section 1, depending on how you want that to do. So sometimes when I embed videos, I'll have the students at the end answer, do I feel confident about moving on? And if not, I'll have the section repeat itself until they understand mastery. So with the second section, say you want to do video lessons. Sorry. I can go into my YouTube, look it up. I want a video on, and I know the content that I'm giving you is a little scattered, but you get the idea. So I can search video on metaphor or figurative language possibly. If you already have a video picked out, that would be a lot better because you could just put in the URL, right? But then all of a sudden, I find a video, it's there. Most times you would scan the video, obviously. I add in the figurative language video, title it, and then from there I can add in those questions for the students. So we had multiple choice, we had short answer, you have paragraph, you have checkbox, drop down. I've never actually used the linear scale or the grid. That might be something that possibly a math or science person is interested in, I would guess. But for this I could easily just say, type something in where they need to give me more than one answer. And then I can go ahead and type in to where the kids are going to have to checkbox more than one piece. Okay, same format as the multiple choice, it just gives them the option to check as many as possible. Okay, so when I go in, I can add all of these pieces, require it if you'd like, any of that. You can shuffle order options, very similar to Schoology with the randomized choices, and so that would work there. Now when you go into your responses, this is where you're going to get the kids' responses, so you're going to have it aggregated down to summary bubbles where they'll give you a pie chart or a bar graph, and it will show you those, and there'll also be individual responses. You can also pop it out and create a spreadsheet and use Flubaroo to grade it, which I can show you if you choose to use Google Forms in our hands-on session. So if I want to preview or I want to change the color of this, I can do that. I can choose an image, font style. When I started using Google Forms about 7 years ago, and it wasn't this fancy, so this is the different version of Google Forms. Then if you want to preview it, you can look here, and this is what my assessment's going to look like. So I do like this, like I said, for WebQuest, or if I'm teaching them skills that I need them to watch videos for, I can embed the video in, align the questions with the video, and it's very, you know, boom, 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 organized to the point. I made this a required question, so I can't move on until I answer it, and that will make sure the kids are being consistent. But again, if you have some that you don't want to require, you have to be careful with that. And so again, this one's required. You have that little red star, and that shows you that. So then I can answer this. And if I wanted, the kids could easily just hit play. We don't want to watch it the whole time, though. Our district has allowed for YouTube access, so this is a really nice transition for us, too. And it could keep them in the form. You don't have to worry about them getting on inappropriate YouTube videos or anything like that, because the kids will only have access to that form. And I usually tell them not to have other tabs open. So I hope that is helpful to you.